In this video, you will see 4 different kinds of drawings that you will either see or be drawing throughout the year in geometry. The first one is an isometric drawing. This is a drawing that's done on special isometric dot paper. All the dots are done at a 30-degree angle to give the illusion that your object is three-dimensional. There's an orthographic drawing. This is a drawing that shows flat views, plane views of a 3D figure. It just shows what it would look like from the top, what it would look like from the front, and what it would look like if you were looking at it from the right side. The third one we're going to be talking about is the foundation drawing. That literally just does what it says. It just shows the base of the structure, and then in each of the units it shows the height of each part of the structure. The last one should be a review of a net. A net takes a 3D figure and folds it out flat. For example, if you had a square pyramid, the net for a square pyramid would look like you would have the square, and then you would have the triangle coming out of each side. So hopefully I'm not the best drawer, but you'll understand what I mean. When you take a square pyramid and lay it out flat, that's one way that you can look at that. Let's start with the isometric drawing. The isometric drawing, notice I have the special dot paper here. Notice the 30-degree angle in which the dots go back. That's what's going to give you the illusion that it is three-dimensional. When you take a 3D figure and you make an isometric drawing, one thing that you have to understand is that your horizontal lines aren't horizontal. That's why you wouldn't draw a line from here to here. You would go draw a line from here to here. That would be considered a horizontal line. If it was going back into the paper, this would be a horizontal line if it was coming out at you. Okay? So what I suggest is you pick a point towards the center that is your starting point. So I'm going to start there. This is going to be my starting point. And then pick somewhere on your paper. Since I'm going to be drawing up, I'm going to start low on my paper. So maybe I'll start here. Okay, so that point represents that point. If you look now, I'm going to come horizontally 2 spaces, but notice I'm coming out towards myself. So when I go horizontal, I'm going to come this way. Oops. I'm going to come that way, and that is the horizontal line that is represented here. Okay, so from this point now, this point is this point, and I'm going to come up 1 point, 1 unit, and then I'm going to finish off. You can see the top and the side of this block, so I'm going to go ahead and finish off that. You'll be doing this with pencil, so you can erase if you need to. It's not quite as easy to do that with the software I'm using. The next one, this one, notice it goes up 1, 2, 3 units. So I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3 units. And then I'm going to finish off what I can see of this block. So I'm going to go up here. This point is representative of this point here. I always go back and kind of check and say, okay, what point am I at? What point is the picture? It gives you a good reference as to where you go. Notice I had to go up on this one, okay? And you can see the top of that block, so I'm going to go ahead and finish off the top of that block. And I haven't drawn this line yet, so I'm going to draw it right there so you can see it. Okay? You can see the left side of this block, so I'm going to go ahead and draw that left side. And you'd be able to see the top of it. So I'm going to go ahead and finish off the top of that block. And you can do this from different ways. You could have made the whole base and then drawn up. It depends on how you see it when you're looking at it. Okay, I'm going to turn around now from that center point, my starting center point, and I'm going to come back out 2 units. Notice it's coming out at me, so I'm coming down. I'm going to finish off this block. You can see all the sides of it. So I'm going to finish off the top of it. Now I'm going to draw this block here. So I'm going to go here, but notice that this point is this point. So I have to go up. A lot of kids have trouble with that part. So when you have to draw up, it's always nice to reference your picture. Where are you at and what direction do you need to go? Okay, so now I'm going to make, I can see the top of it, so I'm going to draw off the top of it. And then the last line I have to draw is that one right there. So that's how you do an isometric drawing. Start at a point, make your directions from that point, and just go unit by unit until you get the block made that you need. In orthographic drawing, that's the one that it talks about when you see the top of it, what it looks like just from the top, what it looks like from the front, and what it looks like from the right side. Okay, so obviously the top would be looking down from there. The right side would be over here if you're looking at it from over here, and then the front would be if you're looking at it here. Okay, so from the top, what we would see, and you're going to kind of see it, you're going to turn it in your mind a little bit. You're going to turn it so that the right hand side is really facing the right hand side. Sometimes it helps to draw different views. I always draw the top first, but if you prefer, you can draw the front or the right first. It doesn't matter, whatever way is easiest for you to see. If I'm drawing it from the top, I'm going to see this block represents this one right here. This is my corner block. And then coming out, I'm going to see the top of this one and the top of this one. So that's 2 blocks that I'm going to see there. So that would be 3 total. And these lines should all be vertical and horizontal, but you can't do that very well with this software. And then I would also see the top of this one and the top of that one, and they would be coming out this way. So I would see this L shape if I was looking at it from the top. If I was looking at it from the front, that means I'm looking at it this way. I would see this, 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 and this. Those are the squares that I would see. So it would look like a tower of 3. 1, 2, 3. Then it would be a tower of 2 sitting right next to it. And these will all be connected. You'll never have like spaces where things don't connect to each other. And then I would see this one here. So that's what it would look like from the front. Okay. If I was looking at it, I'm going to erase some of this. If I was looking at it from the right side now, if I was looking at it from over here, I would basically see the same thing I saw here. It would be different faces. It would be this face with on top of 3. It would be this one on top of 2, and then it would be this one on top of 1. So I would see the same shape here that I would normally see. But it is different. This square is not the same as this one. It just happens to be the same shape when you look at it from the right. If we were talking about a foundation drawing just looks at the base of the figure. In this case, there would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there'd be a 5th block back there. This one's not floating in the air. There's blocks underneath it. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they would be an L shape. It doesn't matter what direction you draw the L, just as long as you represent all 5 pictures. Notice I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pictures. And then the idea with the foundation drawing is that it also, you put a number in each one of the foundation blocks that shows the height in that particular column. So since this is only 1 block tall, I would put a 1 in here. Since this one is 2 blocks tall, I would put a 2 here. The corner one is 3 blocks tall, so I'd do a 3, and then back down 2 and 1. So that would be a foundation drawing. So it only draws the shape of the base, and then you put in the number that represents the height at each spot. Okay. We went through the net for a square pyramid. We'll go over it one more time and I can show you a different version of a square pyramid because they aren't all the same. You don't have to draw them all the same. You could do a square and then you could do the triangles together if you wanted to, like this. This one's not supposed to be there. So this would also be a net for a square pyramid. Notice it shows all 4 triangles and the square. It's just another way. If I folded this up, if this triangle came up, and then those would all wrap around and make the net that way. Okay, that brings us to the end of this lesson. Please check your pacing guide for the homework that goes with it.